Hello, welcome on in, welcome on in. I was trying to, I think I sound a little more normal now. I was trying to uncook my voice. I don't know, my voice sounded so cooked. And I was sitting there going, testing, A, B, C, D, like just listening to myself. And I was like, oh God, it's better now. But, I woke up a while ago and I've been awake and I've been doing stuff. But I would open my mouth and I would sound like the phantom of King Tut in his tomb, being like, return the slab, I don't know, man. I like couldn't unfuck it. It's a lot better right now, though. Holy. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. And then I was trying to do, you know what really does it, guys? It feels like weird to do. You lip trill and then you go like up and down with your voice. You know the thing? You know the thingy? How do you... I don't know. I did it too many times. I can't do it now. I did it so many times I can't even do it. I can't. My mouth feels like... But that's you do the thing. And then you go like... you go up and down while you do it. Do that like 10 times and you'll be fine. Blowing raspberries involves the tongue? What are you saying? I said lip trills. Lip trills. Anyway, I know you're supposed to drink warm water and all that. I did earlier. Like a freak, I just drank straight up warm water, but I got tea now. I know it's not good for voices. I got tea. I couldn't stop. I saw it sitting there. I saw the leaves. I said, I want that. I want that. So I got that. Hi, Heavenly. And tea is great for that. Guys, let's stop the cat. Let's stop the cat for a second. Teas are diuretics, typically. Not every single one of them, but almost all of them are diuretics. They're bad to be drinking if you need to do something vocally, straight up. What's good is usually the other stuff that's in them. But it doesn't always outweigh the fact that they're diuretics. So, you should just, like, have warm water and just put, like, honey in that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, if you make tea out of, like, ginger, though, something that's, like, purely the root, it's not too bad, but yeah, you gotta do something, like, caffeine-free and all that. Didn't realize diuretics make doing voice stuff work. Yeah, it just pulls water out of everything. And then locally it does that right in your mouth, dude. Anyway, the king is straight up warm water, nothing in it. That is the king here. Anyway, look at the screen. Look at the screen. Look at that in the middle. Look at that. Look at it. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? You'll see it again later, on a merch thing. But, our artist was working on stuff, threw that together, and I was like, can I have that? Can I have the PNG, please? Please? Because it really, I feel like it really highlights how, like, the outfits were designed together somewhat, It's cute. They look very different yet very similar in certain ways. So, yeah, I just like it. It was a cute way to put it together. The horn get combo goes crazy. I know! It goes crazy. They were cooking. That's both. Yeah, it's Mouse on the left, me on the right. You'll see the outfit and you'll see how they like made it all work together, but it's cute. I just really like it, and I don't know. I like graphics. Like, we get a lot of fan art and things, but I like when I see a cool graphic, Do you guys do the Dragon Ball thing where you put your fingers together and become one person with fusion, huh? No, we have something else, though. You'll see on some of the art. Actually, one of the products is, like, really funny. Like, I'm really excited because it's really funny. And I wanted to do it for a while. And I remember when we sat down, this was something that we were initially planning to do as a duo debut. Like literally debuting the outfits right next to each other. Under a company, you know, like this was an older project. And then obviously things changed and she was like going to do her Bloodborne marathon. And I was like, hey, do your thing, you know? Show yo fit. I'll do my thing later when my stuff is ready, you know? And so she did, but we couldn't show the merch yet, you know? That had to be like later. So I've been like holding it in and waiting. But we had like a lot of stuff that we talked about way earlier on that we wanted to do. We only did some of it, you know, like we wanted to keep it not too crazy, but I'm just happy that it's over the finish line and I can do that now. I can do that. Anyway, hold on. I have to, before I actually show the fit or anything, I have to get like 2 links ready so that when things go live, I can then post the thing instead of being like, oh, it's live, hold on, haha, and then sitting there and clicking 20 times for 10 minutes before I can then show you the thing. So give me a second. Give me a sec. I'm glad it's happening and didn't die. Me too. Well, my plan originally was I was going to do something like this with like every member, whether it was a duo outfit or getting like a trio together here or there or something. Like I was going to make little subunit outfits with merch. That was originally the plan. I still would like to do that, right? Like this one was the one that was actually in the works, so I wanted to get this done. The other stuff wasn't in the works yet. It was meant to be after. But yeah, I'll ask people. I'll see if they have intent to do it, if they want to do it. Because I feel like, you know, you can just do that with friends, you know, like it doesn't have to be a company thing. So I'm glad. All right, hold on. Let me get my stuff ready here. I'm going to thank the team real quick for their work, for getting this all ready for me. Thanks to them. Thanks to our partner who helped us. Yeah, W team, Mushoku Voltron model win. Oh, I would love... I don't know if it's possible if you can have multiple people be tracked from afar into the same singular model. I'm pretty sure that doesn't work, but I wish I could. I wish I could, because then you could actually have someone's face get tracked to, like, the arm, you know, and someone else's face tracked to the right leg, and you have, like, the Voltron going on. Oh, I wish. I just don't think the tech can do it. It would look disgusting, but it would be so funny. Could make, like, a weird homunculus. Okay, hold on. I just want to get my little Nightbot link ready so that when I update it, I can just press a button and you guys don't have to wait 5 minutes for me at that time. Because I feel like it's weird. But I finally have the link, so I'm gonna get it ready. I'm gonna get it ready. Also, I know usually for debuts I have like a whole thing, you know? I have a whole thing where I've got like a bit, we've got a video, we've got all this stuff. I didn't want to do anything crazy for this one. I didn't want to do anything crazy. I just wanted to show up and have a good time. You know? Especially because this was like a project that got so like, it was so up and down with like when it was happening, what's going on, blah, 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 you know? That I'm at the point where I'm just like, yeah, I just want to throw it at the wall and have a good time, dude. So it'll be fun. I do not have a Bloodborne marathon or anything like that planned for this, though. I don't have anything like that. I did think about it, but there's too much going on. End of year, there's just so much going on. Okay, anyway. No Bloodborne. I've already played Bloodborne. I don't want to like. I don't want to do it again so soon. I don't wanna. Anyway, before I show up, I do have one little thing. It ain't much, but I think it's very important. I think it's very important. I want you all to direct your eyeballs to the bottom left of the screen here. we got a new Boris fit. We got a new Boris fit. Look at him. Look at him. He looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at him. Our beautiful baby boy. Father Boris. He looks so good. Look at him. He's a little tiny pope. He's a pope. He's the next pope, in fact. Move aside. Step aside. He looks good. He looks good. I want to say the designer of this outfit did design that. Milky, who initially created Boris and drew Boris, is the one who drew that art right there, though. Like, the art that you see right there. That was Milky. But Epibe is the one who designed the outfit, and he drew a little matching Boris Pope outfit, which I thought was so cute. So we got Nun Mouse, and we got Pope Boris. Oh, it's so good. Thought he was a priest. It's not far off. I don't think you need to worry about the distinction very much. I don't think you do. Anyway, also, look, our character select on the right. Our character select. I really like adding to this. Ooh. 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 Look, we got a new portrait. We got a new portrait. I have to make it bigger because it's not gonna stop at 5. Like, when you look at this, you feel like it ends at 5,
oh my
which
gosh,
is not
Boris,
the case.
yay, so handsome, so elegant, gorgeous outfit. We love you, Mr. Boris.
Why do you only like Boris? Huh? Jesus Christ. My God. Anyway. Anyway, back to me. Back to me. Hey, Mimic, thank you for the raid. Back to me. I gotta add more slots because I feel like this implies it ends at 5. Which is not the case, but we'll get there. Well, anyway. Anyway, do I start from the top? Do I start from the head? Season 1. It's kind of weird when season 1 spans, like, more than a year, though. Well, I don't know. Feet? Says Kiari. Well, she does have a VIP badge, which makes her so important. More than anyone else. So call me out. Hey, you're typing feet in all caps with a VIP badge next to your name. I don't really think I had to even say anything. You done did it to yourself, man. You could start from the left. I don't know if sideways works like that. Anyway, do you want feet first? Head first?
Our GEEGA, who art in twitch.tv, hallowed be thy game, thy kingdom shrimps, thy model we glimpse,
yes.
On earth as it is the underworld. Give us this day our daily quests, and forgive us our nasty slaps as we forgive those who only tier 1 sub. And lead us straight into down bad, and deliver us from Weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh! Raw men.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Start with the tibia. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it is. Start with the weenus. Hey, I don't show that on stream. I don't show that on stream, dude. What kind of place do you think this is? Jesus Christ. All right, well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think about this beforehand, and I just scrolled myself down. So, you know, I could press a button that allows me to move it up, but it's already there. It's already there, so might as well, right? Ooh. Ooh. What's that? Is that Jesus? One of you really said, is that Jesus? Guys, a saintly halo is... I'm not going to explain Catholicism. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to go forth. We're just going to go forth. I was about to start explaining. I don't need to do that. Although, yeah, no, I am Repo Jesus. That's true. That's true. That's a whole separate thing. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. Anyway, this is my crown. It's so shiny. It shines a lot. Perhaps too shiny. Incredibly polished. I also want to note, wait, check this out. It retracts. And it deploys. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. My God. My God. Also, I too have a hood. / veil. Oh, the mouse has the cute one. She's got little scalloped edges, you know? She's got little scalloped edges. Hers is really cute. You could call it a nun habit. It's a little different. I totally thought you were gonna have a blindfold. I really thought about it. I did. I absolutely did. Hi, Joel. Anyway, I get great reception in here now. Now that I've got this thing. We're fully equipped with 5G. I'm sorry if you feel any waves going through your body, but we are fully equipped here. And the signal's been so good. So good. There's nothing special on my face, so I'll just keep going. What's that? Ooh, what's this? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That thing keeps going, by the way. It's huge. Actually, you know, Mouse kept saying, she was like, I'm Battle Mouse. I'm Battle Mouse. And she kept taking out her thingy. Sorry, thingy's like a terrible thing to call that. Her hammer. She didn't take out her thingy on stream. She took out her hammer on stream. She was like, look, I'm Battle Mouse. She really, because she was doing an outfit with me, she really wanted a weapon. She really did. Also, I realized chat isn't on the screen. Don't worry, I'll save you. By thingy, I mean her hammer. I don't mean anything else. Okay? But she whipped that thing out on stream, okay? So I'm going to do the same too. Please don't, cry when you see it. Or anything. It's very normal. It's very normal. We're all adults here, all right? It's very normal. Anyway, look, I have a pauldron. Look, I know my hand's in front of it. Slightly blocking it, but that's fine. I got a pauldron. Ooh. Ooh. When when we were working on this, I said, I want armor. And they were like, how much? And I was like, yeah. Yes. I want armor. Because I kept saying to you guys, I'm like, one of these days we're just gonna do armor, and people would be like, can you do more? And I'd be like, at some point. And I kept not like fully doing it. So now we got armor, which means when I do this part of the scroll, I don't have to think or be tactful or be careful or anything. Because it's like, it's just plate. It's just plate. You know, whenever you do a debut and you scroll and you're like, I'm just showing the outfit when you get to this part, you know, and then and you're like, I can't move too much. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about it, man. It's just metal. It's just metal. I'm so comfortable. So comfortable. And look. Look at this. Guys, it's my ball. I found it. I found it. It's actually a sensor for anyone who likes churchy stuff like me. It's actually a sensor. But we were initially putting a lot of smoke in there, and I said, hey, this shit's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. So instead it has incredible smoke sucking technology that makes it not appear. It do be on fire though, so watch out, chat. Watch out, alright? Back up. Back up. And then the rest. Wait, there's more. There's more. Well, we'll stay zoomed in. We'll stay zoomed in.
Can't believe she finally killed the sun and made it into a weapon.
Yes, yes. Guys, there's more armor. There's more. There's more armor. And lots of leather flaps. Look at them. Look at them. They keep going all the way down, all the way down. Look at that. Look at that. Leather flaps. There's like 1,000. It's so heavy. It's like billion-pound outfit. First billion-pound VTuber outfit. Big leather flaps. Lots of armor. Are we sure this is enough armor? I thought about more. I thought about a full helmet, and I said, you know what? That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, we are tassel maxing. Yes, we do have a lot of tassels, because I just feel, I don't know, I like a lot of detail. And I always have to be like, do less, because my initial asks are always do more, do everything, you know. Anyway, wait, we'll get the full view, the full view. Insert like Ganondorf swirling sound. Insert Ganondorf flying in Ocarina of Time final battle sound. Sorry, I don't have a button, so I'm just saying it so you imagine it. You're gonna have to just imagine that one, all right? I don't have it on a button, man. But check this out. Wait, there's more. Just one more. There's more. Look. Ooh, ooh. My God, she's so biblical. She's so biblical. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Big circle. The thing is, you know, after years of streaming, you try to hone in your content. You try to figure out what people like, what people enjoy, and you try to make things for them. And you're like, you know, maybe they like this specific thing, maybe they like that specific thing. But I learned over time, what really, really resonates with chat is things like big circle, right? Or the letter E. You know, and it maybe it's a little disheartening to think about these things for so long and come to the conclusion that all chat cares about is E and big
Double
circle.
halo all the way.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Yep. Wow, double halo. I got two circles because I know you like them so much.
E.
I know you love them so much, so I have two. I have two. Yeah, they're like jingly keys, boo-boo keys. Because I know you guys really care. Hey, there's actually, and there's a ball. There's a ball. I know you guys love that. Very fun. Very fun. So there's a ball. Wow. Incredible. Thank you, Stark. Your old prayer would go hard right now. Well, I have something for you. I have something for you, actually. If I put my weapon away for a second. Hey, if you want to see my hands down, you can, but there's too much with the leather flaps. But look, ready? You ever look at old Catholic art? Old medieval art, especially. And you ever look at the hand poses? I don't know if you guys know the lore, but when they have hands up doing certain poses, it actually means something specific. So like when they have the third finger down, for example, it's showing that they're the speaker in the drawn scene. Things like that. Right? So the hand symbols, the different hand symbols have significance in art, and it's not actually like necessarily just a religious thing or anything like that. It's actually referring to like what they're doing in the scene, so that people who couldn't read, because church art was for people that couldn't read but needed to remember the stories, they would paint it on the walls and they'd have them have, you know, certain hand symbols to show what they were doing in the scene. So third finger down means I'm the speaker, for example, right? So I am the speaker. I am the speaker on the stream. So I got the saintly speaking hands, for I am the one who speaks in this environment. It is I. No, I'm not gonna cast a spell. We don't have black magic here, okay? It's banned. It's banned in the church. No black magic, no, no, no. But I have the priestly hands, the priestly hands. But yeah, fun fact, actually, if you look at a lot of old art, the hand symbol shows what the person was doing. So when people didn't know how to read, the priests would teach them, like, oh, you know, this person's doing this in this scene. They're drawn holding their hands like this. It means that they're talking to everyone else. And the others are listening because they have, like, you know, hand up to ear or, like, things like that. It's cool. It's cool. You should look it up. Lots of Catholic things have hands like that. Yeah. They started to then use it for a lot of art later, not just to imply that they're speaking, but more so to imply, like, not necessarily I'm speaking in that moment, but I am the speaker, right? I'm one who speaks, one you listen to because I'm a saint. Stuff like that in statues and such. It's cool. It's cool. And it looks cool. Yeah, exactly. But most of all, it looks cool.
Is that the holy warrior GEEGA? Has she blessed us with her presence?
I am the Templar of the church. Yeah, I wanted to do this because I wanted something that thematically like would offset Mouse really well. So she's like battle nun and I'm like holy knight Templar moment. I really like it. Oh, thank you for that 25. I do. Thank you. Anyway, speaking of Mouse, we have some really cool stuff. She's probably not awake right now, so I'm not gonna like drag her out here or anything. I'm gonna let her sleep. but I do have stuff that has her in it to show, so I'm gonna do it on her behalf. I'm gonna do it on her behalf. Well, our behalf, I guess it's both of us. But we have some cool stuff. Before I do that, though, I just want to mention, really quick. This outfit was designed by Ebibi. I'm going to post on Twitter all of the credits. But everyone else involved in the outfit is already credited below if you want their specific links. So Ebibi was the designer. My base model was done by Zan. Zan is my main model artist, and she did the base. And then Janny Hero, who often draws my outfits, drew this outfit. Okay, so I know you'll see like 2 people credited on the model. It's because like my face, my body was made by Zan, but all the clothing and accessories and things were done by Janny. And Iron Vertex did the rigging. So thank you to all of them. They're all credited below. I think Epibee maybe not yet. I might have to add him in, but I want to mention him. A lot of you guys know him, but please follow him on Twitter. And then the background was done by Yunny, Cure Yunny. I'm going to post about that later too. Cureyyunny, Cure Yunny. Thank you, Yunny. She made this like a long time ago. She's probably been waiting like, when is that going to be shown? Because I've actually had this background for quite some time. Oh, and I want to mention, the default of this background right now is red because it goes with the outfit. However, depending on which faction, pull out the points for a second, depending on which faction wins at the end of the month, it actually has a little feature. I could change it to the color of the faction. So right now it's red because it matches the outfit, but it also kind of denotes monsters red. I can go like this. Boom. Boom. If Undead win one month, where they're just in the lead, boom. I can make it blue. If creatures are winning, boom. I can make that shit green. And you might have, some of you noticed the windows in the back for the 3 faction colors already. But yeah, I could change it around. But for now, just for the sake of the outfit, we'll keep it red. Texas, are you upset? I want my color in the background. I didn't change the color on the model. I actually considered doing something like it, but it has to be red, man. It has to be red. It's gotta be. Anyway, I want to show you cool stuff. Well, that was cool stuff, but I want to show you other cool stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I have to press a button. To update a thing. There we go. Okay. Now, ready? We have merch, but it's not merch of me necessarily. It's merch of me and Mouse because this was originally a duo project. So, ready? Boom! Ooh! Ooh! The Heaven's Twilight merch collection that we're doing with Agent Ink. Woo! It should be up. Let me double check and make sure that it's actually live. Okay, it is. It is. Okay, you can do exclamation point merch if you want to get the link. That's going to be on pre-order until January 14th. It'll be around for a couple weeks. But it's opening today. All right? So I'll show you, we'll go over what we actually have in it. Ready? Boom. Look at the art. Gravity drew this. Gravity Dusty. Look at the art. We got 4 things. Okay. First of all, a zip hoodie. I'm so tired of pullovers. I got you guys. I asked you guys a million times, hey, if I do a hoodie, do you want zip? And everyone was like, please. Please do a zip hoodie. I'm tired of pullovers. Yeah, fuck pullovers. No, I like them too. But everyone wanted a zip hoodie. So we got one. I'll show you a little bigger in a sec. We have a standee and we have a postcard of that art. That was drawn by NQ. Thank you, NQ. And then we have a prayer candle. That's the one that Mouse and I really wanted to make so bad. We have a Catholic prayer candle on the left there, with the art that you see on the right on it. We have that art on it. I'm very excited for the candle. Very excited. It is lightly scented, yes. It is lightly scented. It smells nice. It smells like jasmine. It's 8 inches tall, by the way. Matara Khan. Oh my god, Matara Khan. Thank you so much. Marara. Thank you, Marara. But if you'd like to get these items, you can get them in a bundle. I wanted to mention that there's just a bundle right at the top. Pick a size for the hoodie, and then boom, you get everything if you'd like. But you can buy it separately. You can. I'm gonna show the items. I'm gonna show the stuff. I'm gonna show the stuff. All right, here's the postcard. Ready? Ooh, ooh. And it shows. I'm not gonna take the leather flaps off on the model because I like the flaps, but it shows it without the flaps. I have art of this model without it, and I'll post it for reference. I'll make sure you guys get to see it for reference in case anyone wanted to draw that version. I'll make sure you have that. But it does exist. It does exist. I can pull the nun habit off and all of that. Just like Mouse toggles hers and all that stuff. But I like to keep it on. But there's the postcard. I really like how it came out. It looks like a stained glass window.
I want you to have an ornate spiky sensor that you swing like a flail. This is a badass character design.
Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Somebody just clicked on the stream. Somebody just clicked. Well, you're in luck. You're in luck. Oh my god, what is... Whoa. Oh. Who's... Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Anyway. Well, there's the postcard. There's the postcard. I don't know if I have a little, like, image of each and everything. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it and get it for you. Would you hit me with your ball? Matara, you can't say that. I'm streaming. You can't say that, Matara. Jesus. I'm just... You're in luck. You can't say that, Matara. Spray her, spray her. Get the roach spray. Guys, no bugs in the church. No bugs. We must keep it clean here. No bugs. We don't like bugs on the floors. We'll allow her in here if she stands on her two legs, though. It's just sometimes when she's, like, hungry and or joking, she gets on all fours and she starts, like, skittering, you know? And it's, like, it's weird. It freaks me out. I know she can't help it. It's a bug girl thing. They all do it, but she gets excited and she starts, you know, scuttling around. And just, I don't know. If she does it, just spray her. She'll stand back up. Just spray her. The momos do it, too. It's weird. You know, but who am I to judge, you know? You know, we all have our moments. Don't we, Matara? It's who I am. This is me, though. This is me. I want to show you the items real big. Oh, you know what? I'll just show the site. I'll just show you the website.
Matara is allowed to say it, lol.
She can say whatever she wants. It's true. It's true. Can you sit in that or is it standing? You said that dress. Dress! Fix that Chatter's eyeballs. Hold on.
GEEGA
I
found
want to
her
show
ball.
you the thing. I did find my missing ball. I did find it. Hold on. We're gonna go through it. I want to show you the art on the candle. I want to show you the art on the standee, and I want to show you the art on the hoodie. I really like all of them. The hoodie art, though. So you did it, and it came out like insanely good, like crazy good. How big is this right now? There we go. Ooh, wait, let me shrink it so the chat doesn't kill it. There we go. Okay, so we have a bundle. We have a bundle if you want to get everything, but I'm going to show you real big each one. Guys, the art on the back. I can't zoom! Don't worry. I have it. It's a little isometric scene, and it's like, it's us. It's us. It's us. Enhance. It's us. Actually, can't zoom. It's us. We have Booby, we have Boris on there too, and it's us in our little like abandoned, rundown shack of a church. It's cute and I like it. It's us. You were trying to zoom as well. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you the big art after. We then have the prayer candle. I've Get 8 inches of us in your room with the GEEGA and Iron Mouse Catholic prayer candle. I love this thing so much. Jasmine scented. Jasmine scented, by the way. We both grew up in a certain environment, you know. Yeah, this is art of us being very good friends on the on the front. It's just us being very good friends. Yeah, we got you a Jesus candle. We did. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. We got a Jesus candle, which I love. We both grew up having like this shit at home, you know. So I was like, we have to do a candle. We have to. Yeah. Yeah, when Gravity drew this, they were like, I love Doom Deary. I was like, thanks. You get the vibe. You understand. Then we have an acrylic standee, my favorite. I have a shelf with like a billion lined up. Look at us. With our weapons out. I love her giant hammer. She was so excited to have the giant hammer on her model. She was so excited. Can I be curious what both your parents think about the candle? My mom loves it. My dad loves it. They think it's funny. They love it. They're not like, you know, you can't do that. They're like, that's cute. Very demure, very respectful, you know? Anyway, it's us defending our church. It's so cute. Look at all the demons. Are we fighting them or are we calling them? That is the question. We might be demons. We might be demons, allegedly. The lore alleges things, but I will not confirm or deny. And then we have the postcard as well. We have the postcard. If you like the art, but you wanted something to hang on the wall, you didn't want, you know, giant multi-layered acrylic standee. And there you go. There you go.
My blessed cursed GEEGA. Congratulations on your non-outfit debut. Allow me to perform the sacred rite of Boris's monthly head polishing to celebrate Boris clean GEEGA period.
You're What do you mean the monthly Boris head polishing? That's crazy. That's crazy. The outfit is
absolutely wonderful, GEEGA.
Thank you.
Nothing I love to see more than strong women in armor. Massive thanks to all the incredible artists that helped make this possible. Yeah, they cooked. But yeah, the stuff, if you want to get the stuff, it's on pre-order. It's on pre-order right now. Okay, it do be on pre-order. Also, the front is this. Remember, I was showing you at the beginning of stream. This graphic. It's half her, half me, and it's so cute. It's so cute. With that on the back, we got the standee, we got the candle, we got the postcard, all in a bundle. So if you wanted it, there you go. There you go. I'm so happy with the hoodie, man, and it's so soft. I don't know if you've ever worn anything from Agent Ink, the company that did this, but all their shit's nice. All their shit's nice, to put it simply. Nice, thick, but not too thick hoodie. But yeah, there you go. There's also people were asking about sizing. We made sure that it went deep into extended sizing, a lot of sizes, because this is always requested. So just so you know, that is all there. That is all there. All right. People always ask, I always make sure that we provide. So it can fit you and your Thanksgiving dinner. You and your Christmas dinner. After you eat and get a food baby, it can fit the both of you. It can fit both of you. It can fit all of you. Anyway, bye now. If you need the link again, we do have it pinned. But you can do exclamation point merch at any point, and it will be there. It will be there. I do have a bunch of legacy merch up on my main store, but for now, I'm just going to let that point to that because that's the new thing. It's the new thing. All right. Ta-da! Ta-da! Now I'll show a couple extra little mini things. It does come off. People were like, does the veil come off? It does come off. Boom. It does for a more like normal armored version. A little less priestly. And a few were asking, shut up, Joel. You said I helped with this. You didn't do anything. For those that were asking, yes, the hair does grow. I'm not really a shower, but look. It does grow. It does become a long boy. Boom! Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It never does not. Looks like each cloth piece is armored onto the skirt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the leather flaps. The leather flaps. You can sort of see it in the back there, like each panel is attached. They don't all come from the top. Each one is attached onto the next. Kind of like roof shingles. You know, not to put down the skirt, but kind of like roof shingles. You know? Kind of like that. Yeah, I love the texture of it. I really like when Janny does my outfits. He cooks to an insane degree. The leather looks like leather. I mean, it's very simple. The leather looks like leather. Right? Which it does because it is, guys. Because it is, right? Obviously. That's why the leather looks like leather. Because it is. And it's real. Real and true. Joel did help with some design elements. He did. I actually have a bunch of sketches, drawings, and things of when I was working with Epibee on this. I'll show the ref sheet in a sec. But when I was working with Epibee on this, and I did send stuff to Joel and say, do you like this or that? Like, if you had to choose, gun to your head, you have to choose between this or that. What would you pick? You know, because sometimes I can't decide. I didn't use all of his suggestions, though, because sometimes I ask people things, and then they say what they think, and then after they say what they think, I now feel more strongly about what I think. So, you know, I might have thrown out some ideas and been like, no, that's my idea anyway. It'd be like that sometimes, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. But look, ready? Boom! It's a long one. It's a long one, so I'll try to. We'll go left to right. It says priest in the top left because that's what we initially called it, but we're calling this outfit the Templar for the class name, for the class change. Do you like the thumbs up? Do you like my holy thumbs up that he drew? I don't know why he drew it, but he did. I like it. I like it. We got the flat front and back with the boxy arms, with the very boxy arms, so you can see all of the armor bits and everything. I'll post the full size later. I have to put it on Google Drive for you, because if I try to post on Twitter, it'll get scrungly. I will still post on Twitter, but it'll be, you know, crispity crunchity, so I'm going to put the full size one up there for you. Yeah, the end pose, when they make you stand like weird flat. But it's good for outfits. It's good for outfits. And then there's the back. There's the back. It is asymmetrical. I apologize. Artists, I apologize in advance. The flaps, they're asymmetrical. My bad. You're going to have to deal with it. Okay. I didn't want them to be symmetrical. You're going to have to deal with drawing it. My bad. If you get the flaps wrong, I'm not going to be like, oh, flap number 43 is actually higher. You know, I'm not going to do that to you. But apologies in advance. And then there's the sensor. the sensor. If you're drawing it, feel free to have smoke coming out of it. It is a sensor, but I just felt like on the model it was like, it looked like a damn chimney, you know? And then there's Boris. Little Popely Boris with his healing hand. With his little healing hand. And then something that I didn't put on the model, but I wanted to show because it'd be cool, and you're welcome to draw it. We thought about putting a little floating guy in my hand. with priestly magic. I ended up not doing it because I was like, I know myself, guys. I'm gonna be so real. I'm not one of those people that presses a lot of my buttons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't press a lot of the buttons in front of me. I'm not a good button user. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm probably not gonna use that, but I like it, so I wanted to leave it on the ref sheet so you could see it. I wanted you to be able to see it. But yeah, there's the ref sheet. After stream, I'll post the full one. I'll post the big one. I don't know if Epivy will post it. He's totally welcome to. If he's here listening, he's totally welcome to. If he wants. But I'll post it after stream if he doesn't, at the very least. But there you go. Most of your toggles seem to be more for thumbnails than general use. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I just like little like pose changes, you know, so I could set it and forget it kind of thing, because I know who I am. And I know what I am, and I know I'm a button press at the beginning of stream and never again kind of person. Okay? I'm real with myself. You'll post it? Yeah, go right ahead, go right ahead. And then NQ did art. The stuff I was using to tease, there is a full version of the teaser art. Ready? Ta-da! The creation of Geeg. The creation of Geeg. It came out so good. It looks so nice. It looks so nice. I was talking about teaser art with him, and when discussing it, we were just like, we have to do a Creation of Adam reference. We have to. We've just gotta. Yeah, this I can, he's welcome to post it if he wants. If he doesn't, I'll post it. But I'll put it on Twitter for you guys if you want it for anything. If you want a wallpaper, if you want a whatever, I'll make sure that gets posted too. I will. Because I really like this art. I really like this art. It actually is my wallpaper. It is my desktop background right now. Whenever I get new splash art for an outfit or anything, I change it. This my one. I don't own it commercially. I paid him for a little, guys. I paid him for a little personal commission. I was like, here you go. I just want some fun art. So I'm not making it into a product. If I do later, I have to do the legal motions. The legal motions to do that. But there you go. The art exists. It's free, guys. It's free for you to use as a wallpaper. It's not a thing you have to pay for. So, and we'll post it later. But I love it. I love how the art came out. This isn't the huge version, so it might get a little scrunkly when I zoom in. Oh, not really that scrunkly. I like the detail on Mouse's hand. I like that they gave her, you know, for lack of a better term, they gave her bitch nails, you know? Like, they gave her the long nails. So good. So good. So good. Anyway. Boop. But I'll be posting that later for you. If he snipes it first. Then there you go. There you go. But yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy with how it all came out. Again, the merch is on pre-order. The new drop is on pre-order. It will be there until January 14th, okay? January 14th, which means it's up for about a month, and then it's gone. It's not going to be a forever thing. So if you're thinking about it, just be aware it's not a permanent thing. I know, like, for me, for my merch store, I tend to drop stuff on there, and then when it's sold out, which means it's not forever. But I don't do time periods on, like, my regular store. So if you're used to that, just know that this one is not like that. This one's pre-order period, so there's a time limit, okay? Which is a little different than you're used to, but that's what we're doing for this one, okay? We're doing a pre-order period, so you have a month But don't wait. Don't wait. Because I think you'll forget. Because I know I'd forget. I know I miss stuff all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, bookmark that. I got 2 weeks. I got plenty of time. And then like 2 weeks and 2 days later, I'm like, what do you mean the pre-order period's over? You know, I'm one of those for sure. So I'll keep posting the link in the chat so you don't forget, because I know I would. I know myself. Anyway, that's all I have to show. I mean, the model's got all the usuals. We could put the eye patch on. The veil does go on and off. It does. I like with and without. I don't know. Without, it feels more like armored, you know? I do have glasses, as per usual. They do go over the eye patch before you comment. Without cape, but with flail, yeah. You can do that. I can do that if you want to see that. Oh, yeah. Where did Nerge go? Did our 7TV Nerge die? Oh, no. Each outfit's in a separate model file. Oh, yeah. If you put all your outfits into one file and press a button to switch between them, your file will get so big that it would be like running 3 games at one time. Yeah, so every outfit is its own thing. Otherwise, otherwise it's a little crazy. Anyway, yeah, we do have armored version with sensor. And then all the usuals. You know, do a close-up. The classics, like me when I wake up, or me when I'm so evil. Can't do without it. Got this one, of course. Always do. Me when I accidentally send the entire Inquisition, you know. Whoops. The usuals. Who did the background music? This is a random bardcore playlist from Spotify, brother. You just gotta pick music that fits, but no one made this for me. It's the art of choosing BGM that feels like it fits the scene. I don't know if you know, but this is actually a bardcore version of California Love. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but we had like Regulate and Inda Club and Big Papa bardcore version. Which I hope would maybe clue you into the fact that maybe it's not my BGM, but I don't know if you guys noticed. Yeah, we had Candy Shop. You heard Candy Shop? Yep. VOD watchers will not hear it, and they're going to be like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? What else do we have? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one. We always have this one. Me when I'm once again tired. And then one of you asked, of course we have JoJo. Of course we have JoJo. Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? We always have JoJo. We never don't have JoJo. Okay? We never don't. We always do. I feel like it actually fits so well. There's so much shit. When I have the halos on, there's just so much shit. There's so many things. I think somewhere I have the ability to turn the face on without these things, but I like it with, so I just always have the button with. Always. And yes, that's it. I got that in my hands. So someone start playing Holy Diver. Dude, do you understand? I'm glad you said that. You know, people aren't talking about the hit song Holy Diver during this stream enough. Thank you for mentioning. Thank you for mentioning. How many effects do you want? Yeah. I want to put everything on this screen. I want to put everything on. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I like it. We'll do another one. Do another scroll on the non-hooded version for anyone who wanted armor details. I really like the red glow on the gauntlet. Did you guys notice that from the sensor? See that lighting? Look at the right. Do you see the lighting change? Ooh. Look at that. It's even got like a mild like heat wave effect. Oh. It's so cool. There's my left elbow, or sorry, my right, your left. And then the flaps begin. The leather flaps. Which again, artists, I'm so sorry for all the lines that you have to draw. And I'm so sorry that they're asymmetrical in the back, but also I'm not, because I like it. I like it. Don't forget these little things that hang on the ground. Don't forget, they're very important to me. If I see any of you draw this outfit and you don't have the little things on the floor, I'm going to be very upset. Very upset. You think a cosplayer is going to replicate this? I hope they try, but I pray for their soul, man. I pray for their soul if they try this one. I feel like it's doable, but like I'd be throwing up at the end of a, 20-hour foam carving session to make this work. I'd be throwing up, man. But I also don't have patience, so, maybe we're different people. Yeah, anyway, yeah, you have to get leather flap number 37 correct, or I'm going to be so upset. So upset. Yeah, with spinning halos, if you want to see the animations, too. If you want to see the little animations, if you were interested in seeing them again. Ready? Ready? Meow. Ooh. Okay, and then meow. Oh, meow. Ooh. Wow. Meow. There you go. I really like how this came out. Thank you, Ivy, for dealing with that. Same. Oh, actually, can we all put our hands together and pray for the souls at Iron Vertex that rigged this crown that made this look 3D? Look at it. Can we pray, offer them thoughts and prayers for their souls and sanity? For the work that they did on making this exist. I just, I want them to live. I want them to continue living. So let's send our thoughts and prayers to them. May their souls heal, because this was soul-sucking work for them. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Anyway, I love working with them, though. I do. I love working with them, so it's been a good time. The background looks cool. Yeah, here. Get myself out of the way. Yunny did the background. She did an insane job. I gave her 2 prompts. I said I want it to look kind of like this sort of vibe. And can you put maybe some stained glass or something? I usually have people sketch a lot, come back, and we go back and forth 5 times. I just said, can we get something kind of like that? And she just came back later and shat this out and laid this out on the table and said, how about this? And I was like, wow, I have no critiques, actually. Don't change anything, just render it, Yeah, my goat, she did a great job. Actually an insane job. So thank you, Yunny, for making the church. Thank you for making the church. It came out beautifully, wonderfully. Excellent. Excellent. Anyway, yeah, we pulled all the gold for this place from all the local land. We are looking for more gold, so if anyone finds any, we need more. I'm intending to gold plate the entire place. So if you find any, I'm now taking donations of gold. So let me know, because we need to cover it. The church must be gilded and covered. I want the walls to be gold. I want the windows to be gold. I want the floor to be gold. The ceiling. All right? So just let me know. Let me know. Are there straight versions of those glass and inlaid windows? Nope. Nope. What you see here is what I have. Texas, no, Texas, no. Will the church be available as wallpaper? No, because it's mine and I bought it and I own it commercially. Nope. But you can use this. Hold on, I made it huge. This. Which I'll be posting, or no. Will I or Enku be posting it? We'll see. We'll see. Whoever posts it first, posts it first. I just ordered this as a personal commission. You know, I'm not using it for anything to sell or whatever, so it's a perfect background. It's a perfect background. Desk mat. Did you hear the part where I said I don't own it commercially? Because I just wanted a little personal commish.
What's the conversion rate of these bits into gold through alchemical means?
Ooh, someone calculate that. Someone calculate that. Someone do that. I don't know. I don't know. Well, Boris usually eats the bits, so I don't know if we can convert it. Because by the time the bits get here, he just eats them. So I don't know. I don't know. He likes his snackies. He really likes his snackies. Anyway, we have a collab later. But that's later. That's like in a few hours. And that's going to be with Mushoku. I don't know what we're playing. It's in our group chat last time from when we played Repo. So the name of the group chat is Repo Collab November 23rd. 5 p.m. PT. That's the name of the group chat. But we already did that. I don't know what we're going to play. I have no clue. We've been throwing out some ideas. We'll just see. Like, when everyone's ready later we'll just see. Ren, thank you for the gold. Thank you for the gold coins. Thank you for your tithings to the church. Thank you, thank you. I always appreciate your gold. Boris can't eat those. They're too big for him. So thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, I wanted to do something. Okay, I wanted to do something. I wanted to do confessions, guys. I wanted to do confessions. But I didn't want you to submit them ahead of time and I make mods go through a Google form and pull them, whatever. I want you to say that shit in the chat. I want you to say that shit in the chat and I will queue some up. Mods that have access to the tool for the thing. It's in the thing. I want only the bravest. Okay? Not anonymous. Not anonymous. Because you know what happens every time someone does a confession stream? And it's anonymous? The mods have to sift through all these things that, like, no one's eyes should ever see. No one's ears should hear. No one's eyes should have to read, okay? To find the ones that are okay for stream. And tons of them are fake. Tons of them are fake. So if you're not willing to just say it in the chat, I don't care. All right? I want you to say them in the chat. You're going to confess on main. All right? And that's just how it's going to be. And Comrade, thank you for the gold. Thank you for the gold. But I'm going to just say now. That's it. Now. Just type it now. Yeah, whatever you want to confess. Whatever you want to confess. I'm going to queue them up. I already pulled one. We got a really good one. We got a great one, okay? Now, the thing is, if chat misses who types what, that's on them. I won't put your username with it, okay? One of you said I had to take a poop break already this stream. Forgive me. Do you want to use Blazing's thing? Yeah, but hold on, I need to make it show on the front. I need to make it show on this scene. There we go. You know what? I will show your usernames. Fuck it. I don't care. I will show them. If you typed it, you typed it. It's whatever. Oh, there's some good ones. Ooh, wait. Some of these are good. Okay. All right, let's do a next one. Oh. This one is very relatable. You said, my confession is I sometimes use my chronic illness to get out of doing things I don't like. LOL. LOL. Hey. Honestly, I get it. I get it. Because sometimes it's like half valid. I would say a lot of the time when people have like a chronic illness, it's half valid. They're just a little tired. But they're like, people won't bother me about being tired if I have an illness. Whereas if I don't, they'll be like, oh, you're tired? Well, I'm tired and I got 5 kids. You know, and they do that because it's like the tired Olympics or whatever. Honestly, I completely get it. I would forgive this one. I don't think it's a big deal. I think you should still fix it, though. I think you should just start telling people exactly how you feel. Hey, man, I don't want to go. Or my favorite line. I don't have it in me. That's it. Just sometimes saying, hey, man, I don't have it in me. That's a really, really, really good sentence to use. Mods, thank you for pulling some. I see you doing the thing. I see you. Thank you. But I get it, man. You're forgiven. Next. What do you got for me? I got my hand caught in an escalator because I thought I would be smart as a 5-year-old to run up and down an escalator. You got your hand caught in it? That's nightmare fuel. That's the thing that everyone imagines happening when they're going up the escalator or going down. They're like, what if I get sucked in? But it never actually really happens to anyone, right? Do you still have the hand? Holy. Do you mean caught like oopsie, like a little caught? To be clear, I'm okay now, but I got stitches. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, you always think like it's not gonna happen to you. Shit happens, okay? Especially if you're like, I'm gonna run up and down the escalator, you know? Yeah. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. You're forgiven. You were like 5, you said. You were 5. You're forgiven. Let's see. Next. I just got into VTubers this July, but I've already spent several $100s on merchants. Oh, this is common because I'm going to be real. More than any other type of streamer, VTubers go all out on having like good merch. Genuinely. They have good merch. The wearables sometimes are really nice. Sometimes the collection of stuff, right, that you get, the standees, whatever, they're nice, they're cool. You don't really get that with other streamers, but like people like to buy merch of things they like, right? People buy merch of shows, of movies. If you like Star Wars, you watch Star Wars. Think of this. You watch Star Wars, what, a couple times? How many hours have you spent? And then you buy a fuck ton of merch. That's fine. But then you watch a VTuber and it's your main entertainment for like 50 hours over the course of however long. And then people are like, oh, buy merch, weird. It's not. It's not. It's like, actually, it makes a lot more sense to buy merch of a thing that you actually spend a lot of time on. You know? So I don't even think this is like a weird confession. I think it only is bad if you don't have the money to do it. Then I'm going to be like, hold on. Right? Hold up. Back up. Don't do that. But if you have the money, you're an adult, just do it. Do it. I see it as the same as buying merch for like a game you really like playing or whatever. Yeah, and right, and we're like designed by character designers to look cool. You don't even have to like the person behind the character at all if you just think the character looks cool. I know some people that buy VTuber merch because they just like the way the character looks. They're like, I don't really watch that one, but their merch looks nice, so I bought it. You know?
The most money for spent trucks, pew pews, PC, then vtuber merch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's typical of like everyone though too. Look at the older generations; they tend to have a lot of little collections, and it's just shit they like, right? They're like, I like Mickey Mouse, so I have a bunch of little Mickey Mouse figurines. Right? Like it's human behavior. People like having things that remind them of stuff that they like, or just things that they like to look at. So, you know. Just thank you, GEEGA and Mouse, for making a hoodie that's actually wearable outside. Yeah, I concepted it up a little bit where I said, you know, I want something like this on the front, something like this on the back, and I was trying to think of that. I was like, how can we have something that heavily references us and looks amazing, but isn't like giant anime girl on the front? Because I feel like you guys have a lot of that already, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of you have all of that, and I know some of you will wear that and some of you won't. Some of you like want stuff that's stealthier. So this one isn't like so stealthy that it looks like nothing, you know? Like it's still really cute, but yeah, it's at least stealthy enough that it's not like giant woman on front. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Is it a rough ETA? I don't know. You'd have to see if it's on the site. Nucky, I might have to banish you. Nucky, I need you out of the room. I need you out of the room. I have snacks on the desk. And he's like, he's in a stealing mood. I see him. Okay, I will banish you while I have these on the desk. Yesterday he was so stinky, actually. He actually, after stream, I was sitting there eating something at my desk and working on stuff. And he jumped up and lunged. Like you ever play Hungry Hippos? And you see the mouth just like as you slap the button. He looked like that. He jumped up and just went, and like top of his mouth just yoinked something and ran, and I sprinted after him, and I got him, and I was holding like his head, and I have my other hand in his mouth grabbing the piece of food, and I'm pulling it out. I'm like pulling on it, trying to not hurt him, you know. So I'm like drop it, come on, drop it, which is like usually a dog thing. It's hard to get a cat to do that, you know. So I'm like, drop it, and he's just going and he's just grumbling, and I'm like, what are you? So stinky, so stinky. He never used to be this stinky, but he's gotten bold. Anyway. Next. This one's terrible. I will read this while eating my snacks. I once pooed my pants as a wee lad and stuffed the undies under my bed. So stinky! What the hell? Dude, kids do stuff like this, though. Kids do stuff like this. I babysat one of my cousins once, or my cousin's kid, right? I babysat one of my cousin's kids once. And they did this. They were a small child. Okay. He didn't get it. He didn't know. He was a little kid. Pooped his pants. Young enough for that to be normal, you know, but was embarrassed about it. Old enough to feel embarrassed. And he just hid it in a drawer. He hid it in a drawer. And then he wanted to dispose of it later. So he got a little plastic bag and he threw his underwear and everything in there and threw it out. But then he came to me in tears later. Because a little bit of it got on the drawer and he didn't know how to clean it. He didn't know. So he came to me crying and he was like, I don't know how it got there, but there's poop in the drawer. And I was like, wow, how'd that get there? How do you think that could be possible? he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, does that mean that someone snuck into your room and pooped in the drawer? And he was like, oh, and they didn't have any pets to blame it on. And he, at the time, he was the oldest and he had no siblings yet. So I was like, well, it wasn't me, so was it a ghost? Yeah. I sat there and I made him admit, you know. Eventually he told me what happened and I was like, hey, good on you for disposing it, but what the fuck? What the fuck? Should have just told me. Should have just told me to put it in a drawer, dude. Oh, you made it worse. Anyway, I hope you were like 3, 4 when this happened and not like 8. But, you know, shit happens. Shit happens. Next up. I lied to my parents that I was going to class in college when I had dropped out the semester prior. Oh. Yikes. I had a friend that did this. Oh, God. That's bad. That's really bad. But I understand it. Because there's so many parents that just would not accept this, right? They just would not accept it. And sometimes it's easier if you have some sort of plan to go back or to go somewhere else or get a different job or whatever. Sometimes it's easier to just like not tell them yet until that thing's established. I don't think that's good. I think you should tell them, but I think a lot of people go that route, honestly. I don't think that this is even like super uncommon. I think there's actually a good number of people that do this. Salt and Water, thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the exactly 4. Yeah, no, I think there's actually quite a lot of people that do this sort of thing because like it's so hard. It's so hard. You did that and told your mom after you'd changed things up. Yeah. I had a friend who did this and went into a trade. He became an electrician. And he was in engineering at first and was like, I can't do this. This is too much for me. So I could think of the 5. Even the 5. And yeah, he was depressed as shit too, right? He was like, I need to just get into a workplace because I'll be able to do it. If I have to sit here and study, I keep procrastinating. I can't get myself like out of bed for class sometimes. I can't. So he did that and he was smart enough, I felt, to do it had he not been depressed, you know? So he did actually really well when he went into a trade. And he applied his brain there and he did just fine because he was working with his hands and he was a lot happier. And he waited until he had like his first job and then told his parents. And they were so pissed, not at what he did at all. They were pissed that he lied. That was it. They were just like, I wish you told us. Because that's a lot. That's a lot to think that your own kids going to college and they're not. They're instead in a trade or whatever, you know? But at least they were supportive in the end because they were like, look, if that was right for you and you have a job now, like, what is there to be mad about, you know? Thankfully. But I think a lot of people are afraid that their parents are like not going to have a good reaction. So I get it, man. I get it. You are forgiven. You're forgiven. Hopefully you found something later to do with yourself that made sense for you. Stambo. What the fuck? Said I should be working on my prospectus. But I am procrastinating watching Twitch. Hey, go audio only. Put this shit in another tab. Listen in if you've got, you know, ADHD and you can't, like, keep yourself on task. Go audio only and do the work. If you need silence, close the damn tab. Just do it, man. Just do it. It's time. All right. Let's be real with ourselves here. Let's be real with ourselves. Stay in school, guys. Stay in school, please. I know it's a scam. You think multitasking is a lie? Me too. I like to lock in. I like to lock in. You said, I've been secretly eating store food inside the fridges at work. Do you mean like store food? What kind of store? I know it might be like, maybe you don't want to say because it's too specific, but what kind of store? I think if this were like, hopefully a food store. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. Depends on the type of store. Yeah, fertility clinic, right? Who knows? Yeah, I'm at Home Depot. I've been eating the glue. So delicious. If it's a place that, like, it's a restaurant and there's stuff that might eventually go bad and you're eating it, that's whatever, right? But there's so many dependencies here. Nostro, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Hope stream was good. What were you doing? What were you doing? Cranking your cogs. Nice. Thanks, Nostro. Claire 33. Ooh, okay. I see. We're doing confessions right now. This person just confessed that they've been secretly eating the store food. They've been eating the store food. Which is kind of crazy depending on, like, what store. Because if you tell me you work at Walmart and you're like, yeah, occasionally I grab one of those frozen pizzas, I pop that bitch in the microwave and I eat it, I'm going to say, you know what? It's Walmart. They have a bajillion dollars. But if you're like, yeah, it's a little mom and pop shop, they make a lot of fresh food at the bakery, and at the end of the day, they take it home, but they typically sell out, but I just eat it anyways, whatever. Then I'd be like, all right, buddy, like, okay. Like, they already pay you in money, Yeah, maybe you work at the paint store, and they have, like, one little thing of snacks at the front, and you've just been eating the snacks. So I don't know. Shame. Guys, why are so many of these about poop? Well, I guess we'll read it anyway. Llama Broski in the chat, twitch.tv/Llama Broski says, I've pooped and waited for my shower to wipe before. What do we mean by waited? First of all, what do you mean wipe in the shower? Like, are we using our hands? Yeah, and how long? I need the answers. I need to know. Now, if the shower is the equivalent of a bidet for you, that's cool, I guess. But, like, look, you shouldn't, if you can avoid it, contaminate your shower floor and all the water going down your damn
the real
legs,
kicker is he
right?
only showers once a week.
I only poop once a week, too. He might be one of those. It was like an hour, and I had a detachable shower head. Okay. An hour is so fucking long. Were you walking around with poop butt? You were walking around with a poopy butt. That's terrible. Yeah, 59 minutes, 59 seconds too long. That's the first part. But second off, a bidet does the job of the shower, like, that sort of thing, but keeps it in the toilet, which is where you keep all similar things that are contaminants, biohazards, right? That's what we're doing there. You take that stuff to the shower, isn't that like where you become clean? Now, is it okay to be dirty when you get in the shower? Yeah, that's kind of the point. But there's a point where, if you're going to do certain things in the shower, now you got to, like, clean the shower before you're just sitting there standing in it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to disinfect. So if you didn't do that properly, I bleach out my shower regularly. Yeah. It's like, it's fine depending on exactly how you do it. But the thing is, I say this because I know some of you would do that. You'd be like, oh, I'll just wipe in the shower. But I know some of you would just be like, water's fine. You know what I mean? Like you do get in the shower to get clean, yes. But this is also trusting that this person is, like, actually properly disinfecting the shower. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you soap up your head and let the soap run down, and you're like, it's fine. It's totally clean. Without scrubbing. Okay? I know people are like that. So that's why I'm like, I think, this one's circumstantial. But yeah, you get poop leg. That's how you get poop leg, man. Anyway. He did say he was really sick. He was really sick. Now, I know, I don't know about you, but I know when I get super sick, like very sick, sometimes I'm feverish, whatever, I get weird. I start forgetting shit. I get brain fog when I'm sick sometimes. I get it. Moment of weakness. Not fully forgiven, but mildly on that one. Okay? Mildly. Kinda, sorta. But you gotta clean that shit. He said, I accidentally set my yard on fire as a kid and got away with blaming the neighbors because they happened to have a yard fire of their own going. They had to pay a fine and everything, and I'm not proud. My parents still don't know. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, if they had a yard fire of their own, I mean, whoops. Whoops. Uh-oh. I guess. No, you gotta be so careful, though. I will say, I've mentioned this before, my dad, when he was young, was doing that, playing with fire as a child kind of thing, with some other kids. He was, like, one of the younger ones. He wasn't really, like, the perp. But they were, like, legitimately just pouring kerosene on grass and lighting on a fire and then stomping it out. And they were like, haha, so crazy. It was stupid shit with the neighborhood kids. And the fire got out of hand at one point because like nearby bush caught. So it was now, you know, not really something you could easily put out. And at some point, he got like pushed into or fell into, allegedly, the bush. And the backs of his legs got so burnt up. He had like second-degree burns all over, and he had to get skin grafts and everything. So don't let kids play with fire, even if it's like, oh, it's harmless, it's on the beach, and they're just burning one stick. I don't care. I don't care. Shit happens. It gets crazy, right? Yeah, backs of his legs feel like, he's got like no hair just on the backs. And like, if you touch those spots, it feels like if you took someone's skin and put a layer of plastic wrap over it and then touched. Like that's what it feels like, straight up. It's crazy. But yeah, he's got skin grafts all over his legs from that. He had to sit there too, because, you know, burns when you're healing, and especially really bad ones, second and third degree, when you're in the hospital, they had him like in a, basically like a hammock sort of thing. So his back was on the bed, but they had his ankles up in these stirrups holding his legs up so that they would float, so they couldn't touch anything. Because if you even touched, like you even laid your legs on the bed, it was such insane pain. And yeah, and for the grafts to stay, he couldn't move anyway, you know? Crazy. Anyway. Don't let kids play with fire. Shame. Shame. Next one. From Glorpington, Esquire. For school reunion, we had an online document to suggest who has time at what date. I created 20 fake accounts with different names and set everyone to a different date. The reunion never took place. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's good. I never had a reunion. My people never did that. Just straight up, they didn't do one. I would have done this, man. No, I probably would have ghosted everybody, if I'm being honest. Neither did I. Yeah, neither did that guy. Neither did that guy. I like this, though. You know? Fuck school reunions. No, thank you. No, thank you. You are very forgiven. You are so incredibly forgiven. I occasionally wear cargo shorts. Ugh. Look, if you're hiking, if you're working, if you've got a reason why those cargo shorts are better than any other short for that moment of time, okay. If you're just going outside to exist and you want to look good, you got to kill the cargo shorts, man. You got to kill them. Again, it's one thing if you're being outdoorsy, all right? You're like, ooh, I'm fishing. I need to keep all this line and all this shit in my pockets so I don't have to bring my tackle box everywhere. Okay. But still, if you're just going to be hanging out, guys, it's time. I don't care if you grew up wearing them. I get it. A lot of people did. I'm not going to shame you for wearing them in the past, but from here forward, do better, be better. Okay? Do better, be better. But I want pockets. Bags look better and better every year. They've been designing good ones. They've been designing good ones. Okay? I don't care if you disagree. I think they're ugly as fuck. Okay? They're ugly as sin. And the big problem is, I'll tell you why. I'm not gonna sit here and rag on the functionality. That's not the question. There are other ways to carry things outside of cargo shorts. There are other ways to carry items. That's not the problem. They add bulk to the sides of your legs, specifically lower down. It is the weirdest place to look wider, and they make literally everyone look worse. They take literally every body type and they make your body look worse shape-wise. Like they purely nerf. There is no body type that can put them on, put stuff in those pockets, or even have just air in the pockets, and it makes you look better. It's not a thing. Bulking out just above your knees or near your knees, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Yeah, it makes you look like an upside down Dorito, and it makes every body type look worse. Every single one. And if you want to look good, because I'm not talking about like, oh, the design is terrible for all these like little reasons. It's literally just the shape, the silhouette. It doesn't do anyone any favors, man. It doesn't. You might as well just put a burlap sack on and be like, yep, I love being an entire rectangle. It's the same effect. It's just no matter what you're wearing, it's a certain shape. It's a certain shape, and it makes your shape worse, okay? That's all. That's all. Now, are there like super differently shaped cargo shorts that aren't really cargo shorts that have the pockets shaped differently or put in a different area? I guess. You could. I don't care about your outlier cases. Standard cargo shorts? Ew. All right? Ew. And the thing is, everyone's like, the pockets, you can carry so much. I know most of you, some of you will, but most of you are not using those pockets. You're not. You put like one wallet in that pocket instead of your main pocket because you're like, I don't like putting stuff in my regular pockets because then it like, I could feel it on the side. I know it. I know it. Okay, Bardwell, thank you for the 5 gifted. I know most of you are like that. Why? Because I know people in real life and nearly all of them don't use those pockets. Again, if you're the rare cargo short pocket user, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everyone else who's a poser, who wears the cargo shorts and goes, but the pockets are so utilitarian, but then doesn't use it. It's the same thing as the guy who carries a multi-tool everywhere, has never opened it and used it before. All right? Same person. Same guy. I always keep a pocket knife on me in case I need to use it, but then he never uses it because he's afraid to take out his pocket knife. I know who you are. I know what you are. Ditch the cargo shorts, though. They don't make you look better. Don't you want 500 girlfriends, guys? Come on. It's the only way. Malefic Scholar says, during a military exercise, I once wore the same pair of underwear for an entire week. Swamp crotch doesn't even begin to cover it, but I wish I could say that was the worst thing that was going on that week. Look, man. Back in the day, people used to not watch their clothing so much, okay? They used to not really watch their clothing very often. But you know what they did do? They changed their underclothes, okay? Their overclothes, they'd air them out, they'd get stinky. Gross. But all the underclothes, this is part of why they would wear like full body long johns and all these things. They would still swap those out. Because if they didn't, they'd get a disease and die. Okay? They'd get a disease and die. So even billion years ago, you know, people were still doing this, all right? Okay. Even if they're outer clothes, they didn't really get to wash them much. The inner, they did. Okay? Or they swapped them out often. Did you not have any? You could have just gone commando and like washed the one pair you had for a little bit and then swap back in, dude. But you're supposed to have them. You're supposed to have more. Ugh. Swamp ass, man. Oh, next, Unforgiven. Not forgiven. No. You said, I used the death of a grandmother that I hadn't heard from in over 20 years to get out of work for a week. Honestly. I don't hate this one. I'm assuming you're American. Okay. I'm assuming you're American. And they're like, PTO, that's a crime. PTO? Yeah, you have it, but I'm gonna judge you, right? You use your PTO, you don't get that promotion, buddy. I'm gonna assume you're American. Okay. And I get it. I understand. I don't blame you for this one. I don't think this is that bad. Now, if this was someone that you had seen, but you had a bad relationship with or whatever, I'd be like, all right, now you're like in close proximity with them and you're doing this. I don't know. But I feel like this is just, yeah, a survival tactic, right? I think this is just a survival tactic. I don't hate this one. I don't hate this one. You're very forgiven. You're very forgiven because I know how workplaces are, okay? Even if you don't have PTO, right? But you can take like sick days and stuff, they'll be like, yeah, you have 2 for the next 10 years. You have 2 sick days. Right? When I was a kid, my mom forced me into cheerleading. I hated it. There was one girl I didn't like, so when we were throwing her in the air and had to catch her, I fumbled the catch on purpose to scare her. No, dude, no. What if she got hurt? Well, I guess, I mean, they have mats and stuff that make it so you don't actually get that hurt, right? That's actually, I've seen this. Oh, man, I actually, very on topic, because I saw a video last week, of there was a guy who was, like, in, you know, a cheer camp. Like, they were doing their summer camp kind of thing. And he was the guy throwing up the flyers, right? He throws this girl. He's got her. And you're supposed to, you know, drop them down. You catch them nicely, set them down, take your hands off, and then you could do whatever. But he had such a fucking attitude. You could tell he was like, I'm over it. And so he held the girl up, and then she did her trick, and he basically just dropped her. Like, he basically just didn't even try to carry her. And then walked away like he had an attitude and, like, told her she was overreacting. And she fell on her ass, okay? That could have been like a tailbone boom, right? Like a snap, boom. If that was in the wrong spot, you know? I saw that and I was like, brother, it's not worth it. It's not worth the attitude, you know? It's just not. But this makes me like think of that. Fumbling the catch though, so it's not like a complete I dropped them thing. Whatever. Whatever. If she was an asshole, then, you know, good. Maybe it'll scare her. Maybe it'll teach her. I get that. I don't think that's so bad. The TwitchCon special. when he flipped her and threw her on her face. Dude. The goat. The goat. Do you expect any less? I love that video, man. That video is so fucking funny. I even posted that video last year when it happened and was like, Dan, my goat. And people thought that meant I thought it was like cool. there were people on Twitter that were like,
This was dangerous. Do you know he did this, that, the other thing? I was like, I don't. /S? I don't know. My bad. MB did not /S at the end of my tweet. Actually, he's not good or something. Yeah, I was like, okay. /S? Love that video. No, I think if someone's super mean to you and you want to do something to scare them, I don't consider you a bad person for that. Because that's how people learn. If you threw her ass on the floor, she could have broken her tailbone, though. I don't know. I don't know on that one. Then it gets a little dicey. So maybe forgiven. Maybe forgiven. We'll give you 50% forgiveness on that. 50%. From Asher. I asked forgiveness for lying to my father about breaking my foot as a teenager. Told him I dropped my bass guitar on it when I actually snuck out the house and got in a rollover accident. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's a big one. Was there no damage to anything else, just to you? Yeah, I assume like did your car fucking die? Or I assume this was maybe in someone else's car. I'm guessing this is like you snuck out and it was in someone else's, right? That's what this sounds like. Honestly, yeah, it's not my car. Honestly, I get it because you don't want to scare them. And they probably, like, I assume your dad would have been like, who was driving? Oh, that person. You can never be with them ever again, right? Or he'd be like, when? When did this happen? And then now you got to be like, oh, I snuck out the house, right? Like that's I get it. Nah, I mean, it depends. I don't know your parents. I would have just told mine. But I get it. I was also given a lot of independence, though. You know? If I was like, hey, I know it's a little late, but I want to go to the store and I want to get something or I just want to hang out. It was like, well, if I know where you are, that's good. If you want to go and it's late and dangerous, you can't, but maybe I'll consider going with you because my parents were like that. So, you know. But if you got the kinds that, like, it's just an absolute no, honestly, I get it. Forgiven. Especially when you're like a teenager. It's such a kid thing to do, right? It's just an insane kid thing. Like everyone does stupid shit like that when they're young. From Hardly, I confess I cheated on one of my end of the year exams my junior year. I got 100 and got literal applause from the teacher in class for my score. I didn't have the heart to tell them. Oh no. You know, I've never cheated on an exam or test because I realize now as an adult people would not have noticed, but I always thought it would be found or seen because I couldn't trick my parents. Right? Like I grew up in an environment where nothing got past them. They were too smart, they were too observant, you know, like it was impossible. Just a fortress. So I never did this stuff because I had the impression that like more people than actually could would like notice this stuff. So I never cheated on an exam. And whenever a friend would cheat, I would be like, are you kidding me? How did you do that? You must be the greatest ever at this sort of thing because don't adults find these things out? And then over time, as I got older, I realized like, no, they're kind of stupid. Like most people are pretty not observant, right? Like they actually won't notice. I don't know. It was like going from a kid to being a teenager. I was like seeing that and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. It's just my parents then. Honestly, I think cheating is terrible. Cheating in school is terrible. But depending on the teacher, depending on the course, depending on what it affects, everything, I get it. You know, there are always circumstances. Sometimes you have a teacher that doesn't teach you shit. You know? But you need that piece of paper.
You need it to say, 80 plus on it. I get it. I get it. But, I don't know, you said your junior year. It's pretty important to get into college, right? To have your junior year and senior year scores be good. But junior especially, because senior year, like, you're applying to college in the beginning of that, right? So, honestly, whatever. It affected college. I get it. Forgiven. Forgiven. Confession. This is from a mod. Can you believe it? I faked bronchitis so I could skip high school for a week to play World of Warcraft. And U40 just came out. Oh, man. Oh, man. So I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I was a personal believer in attendance does not matter so long as you get the work done and you are well socialized in some way. If you have some sort of social outlet outside of school, then attendance doesn't matter. That was always how I felt. I think just showing up really matters if you don't have anywhere else to socialize as a kid, right? Like, then it's important. But if you have other stuff, you have a lot of extracurriculars and things that you do, you're out on the weekends, all that stuff. I don't think attendance matters that much, So my home policy was, you go to school, get your work done. As long as your grades are fine and you're able to get everything done, if you just want to take a sick day here and there, you can. Because a lot of the time when I was sick, but just a little sick, I would go to school anyway. I wasn't the type to be like, oh, I'm a little sniffly, can I stay home? Like, I never really asked unless I was feeling really bad. So because of that, if I did have a day occasionally where I'd be like, Mom, I'm not feeling it today. I'm just not feeling it. All I want to do is play video games. And I don't want anything today. The answer was, okay. because I was like, good, the rest of the time with that stuff. And she wasn't worried about, like, me being social because I'm me, She wasn't worried about that. So if I just say, I don't have it in me, Mom. I just don't have it in me today. It was usually fine. So I think stuff like this is totally fine. As long as this wasn't, like, killing your ability to exist academically, who gives a fuck? Right? Who gives a fuck? Blazing doxing their age. Not surprised. Not surprised. Some of you being like, what's that? Confession. In France, the tooth fairy is a little mouse. So yeah, once I put some cheese under my pillow, ooh, for the little mouse, hoping she would leave some money instead of a tooth. Ew! How old were you? I hope you weren't that old. I hope you were a little kid. This sounds like something a kid would do though, right? Poop drawer, cheese under the pillow. There's a lot. I was 23. I think, yeah, it'll leave mold behind is what it'll leave. It'll leave some nice mold under your pillow. Delicious. Delicious. I think, kids just don't know things, right? Kids are like the absolute definition of the word ignorant because they just don't know shit yet. And I feel like it isn't until you have a kid or you babysit kids several times or whatever that you really realize the extent of that. Because stuff that you think is like common sense or people should know, they just have like only a tenth of it, a fraction, depending on how old they are. And something as simple as like, you put the cup down and then pour the liquid into the cup rather than you hold the cup and the liquid next to each other and try to get both in there. You know what I mean? Like little things like this. You watch kids just fumble and it's just so frustrating. So frustrating. I think that's why parents like freak out a lot, or you see them hand an iPad to the damn kid, which I don't think is the right method at all. I think you just make yourself be patient, but
when a parent is frustrated, I'm like, you know what? I understand. I understand. I too have had a toddler that I've handed, you know, a thing to that has immediately like thrown it on the floor, not knowing it would shatter, right? Like, I've seen it. I've been there. I've done that. I get it. So the cheese under the pillow for the little mouse, honestly, really understandable. I stupid, but kids do this. Kids do be doing that. You are forgiven. Oh, this next was long. It's a long boy. Okay. Buckle up. I work for USPS, and once, to avoid getting out of my vehicle, I pulled too close between a customer's vehicle and their mailbox. My truck scraped the side of the customer's vehicle, pulling some paint with it. I thought, what should I do? Because I didn't want to get in trouble. I left a note on this person's windshield telling them that I scraped it with my bike. It was a small scrape, and asked them to contact me by phone later. $700 later, it was over. I was 20, but I still think about it years later. Hey, no, you left a phone number, so you absolutely did the right thing. You didn't want to jeopardize your job by being like, hey, it's me, the mailman with my mail truck. Honestly, I like this solution. I do. Because you didn't jeopardize your job. Hopefully you got scared enough by that you didn't take those types of risks anymore. And you still made sure that that person, that customer, like, was fine, you know? Honestly, good. I don't have problems with this. I think you're forgiven. Yeah, I think you did the right thing, and I think keeping it from your employer that you did that, not really that much of a problem. Not much of a problem. If it were a small business and you did that, then I'd be like, hi, Garrick. It's the holy mayor. It's the mayor. All right, just a couple more. I ended up getting glasses because I kept going home from school with quote-unquote headaches, and my mom called my bluff and took me to a bunch of doctors. Luckily, my sight was kind of bad, so no one found out I was lying my ass off. Oh, that's good. That's really good. It worked out. I mean, at least you got glasses. I feel like a lot of people, when they need glasses, don't realize until they really need them. Because they don't get their eyes regularly checked like that. Right? They wait until, like, they have headaches from eye strain, or they're, like, actively squinting all the time, and someone's like, you literally are squinting your eyes every time you try to read anything anywhere or look at anything, you know? And they wait until it's terrible, and then they just put glasses on, and they look around, and they're like, oh my god, the world is so beautiful, right? Yeah, Garrick, we're doing confessions, but they're public. That's funny, dude. That's funny. You know, I was pretty good with not lying to go home sick from stuff, but there was one time where they thought I was lying because I kept saying my stomach hurt, but I had nothing wrong with my stomach. I wasn't throwing up, whatever. But then when my mom would come to school to pick me up, because I would be like, I can't go to class, she'd be like, what's up? And I'd be like, my stomach hurts, and I would point, but I was pointing a little more toward my chest, like my sternum area, you know? And she was like, she looks at the school nurse, and she's like, she doesn't mean her literal stomach, the organ. Like, she's pointing to an area where it hurts. This is like heartburn or something. And it turned out I just had like really bad acid reflux for like a short period when I was a kid. But like, they kept sending me back to class because the school nurse for months thought I was lying. But I was like, I would come to the nurse's office like every other day and be like, send me home, my stomach hurts, I think I'm gonna throw up. You know, like I would just do that. She's like, okay. And I was a little, you know, and she was like, you lay here, eat some snacks, drink some water. If you don't throw up or anything, then we'll send you back to class when you feel slightly better. And it was just like the heartburn passing, you know. Months. Yeah, she didn't give a fuck. She thought I was lying straight. She thought I just wanted to go home because I kept asking to go home because I felt really bad. It was like sharper pains, you know. But I didn't know the difference between like having to describe sharp versus dull pain or cramping to like a nurse, you know, like kids don't know, right? But yeah, kid acid reflux sucks. It sucks. Don't have it no more though. But honestly, Sonata, you're forgiven. You're forgiven for the glasses.
You are forgiven. All right, from Zayla. From Zayla. My confession, my dad thought that I finished my vocational training. He was so proud of me that I have managed to finish something in my life. I didn't have the balls to tell him that I had to redo a year. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have lied to their parents about school. I noticed that's always been a big pattern, man. Yeah, it's the balls to tell them. It's very, it's hard. It's hard, but also redoing a year, I mean, you got through it. Not that bad. You got through it. It's different when you drop out and you tell them you're doing something, but you're not. I think that's objectively worse. That's worse. But if you're like, I fucked up a little, but I kept going and I did it, not so bad. Not so bad. Though it can be hard to tell them at the time because they might think you're never going anywhere with it, you know? And that's a very hard conversation to have, you know? A very hard conversation to have. Very tough. Confession, I got addicted to League of Legends so deeply, I had to drop out of college. The worst part, heart stuck silver. No. League was so addicting. League was so addicting. Especially if you were playing it, if you were in school and you were playing it in like the early seasons and everything. Most people that were playing were students, were college students. And League was responsible for so many people. So many people just dropping out. So many people dropping out or failing classes because they would just play League all day. Carrickson got put on academic probation because of League. Honestly, I know a lot of people that had issues like that straight up would just be like, I'll have an exam tomorrow, but I'm gonna play League instead. And I'll just study, you know, I'll play this until like 4 a.m. and then I'll study from like 4 to 7 a.m. and then I'll do my exam at 8 and it'll be totally fine, you know, it's whatever. And of course that shit never works out. That shit never, ever, ever works out. Just one more match. Just a quick 40-minute match. League is so fun. It's still fun. It's still fun. I just don't like having to keep up with the meta and having to relearn the meta every time I come back. And it's been a bit. I don't like that part. But the game itself is still fun. It's still good. It's never not been good. So I get it. I get it. But having to drop out because of League is crazy. I hope you found something quickly after that let you live with this. He said, meta boo, I play hot women and run it down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I play Ezreal with the soccer skin on and they can't stop me. I confess that I once peed a car's tire? Oh, on. After getting wasted at a party just because the bathroom line was too long. There were people in the car. Really sad. Not with the people in it. I was expecting it to just be like, you know, you just did it. Why do people pee on objects? Why is that the habit? Because humans don't really, like, mark with piss the way, like, cats do or anything. So why do you feel the need to walk up to something and piss on it instead of simply pissing on, like, the ground, the flat ground? Yeah, there are drains on roads, too, but it's not always in a spot that makes sense. Moon peed on a cop car. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've heard about that one. Need a target. You look down and you look at that one blade of grass and try to hit it, brother. Less splash. Yeah, but a car? It feels safer to have something in front of you. When you're scared someone's gonna run up and ball tap you? Like, like a goblin's gonna come out of the woods and be like, ha ha, I got you, finally, I've been waiting all day. some little man's gonna run out of the forest. It's a constant fear. He runs out, tries to rip it off. This is clearly what's gonna happen, dude. I don't know, man. All I know is my dad went to that one spot. There's one place where there's water that starts from the top of some mountain or hill or whatever. And it flows down one side of this hill, and it eventually joins up with a river. And then it flows down the other side of that hill, eventually joining up with a different river. But all those rivers both dump out into different oceans. One of them ends up in the Pacific Ocean, and one of them ends up in the Atlantic. So my dad went there, and he pissed in it. And he's very proud that he pissed, quote unquote, in both oceans at the same time, which is not how that works, but you know, eventually you'd get there, right? It's the thought. He's very proud of it. He's very, very proud of it. He thought it was so cool. He thought it was so cool. He, of course, did this when he was a lot younger, but yeah. There's a picture of him right after he pissed, with his thumbs up, just standing next to like the sign that says like, oh, this way to this ocean and that way to that ocean, and he's just like smiling, and he's like, I pissed right before this picture, you know? I pissed right before this. He loves it. He loves it. Anyway, you're not forgiven for peeing on that damn car. Bad. Bad. Next. We've got two more. This and one more. Oh my god, Swine09. You were patient zero for infecting your high school band with swine flu. You end up losing the competition because so many people were down. You were patient zero for Swine09. Do you guys remember Swine09? Oh, man. Oh, man. Swine flu came out. You guys thought COVID was a big deal? You thought COVID was a big deal? None of you dealt with swine flu. Swine flu. I didn't get it. I was good enough to not get it. Lucky enough. I say good enough like I physically dodged it. I just was lucky enough to not get it. There are some people that I knew that got it that were, holy fuck, they were out of commission, and it was so bad. It was so bad. But yeah, I blocked, double parried it, and I did not get swine flu, thank God. But I was scared I was going to get it because a lot of people around me did. And I was like, fuck, I'm just, I'm going to stay home. I'm not seeing any of you for a while. You're forgiven, it's whatever. You usually don't know that you're infected with something until you see symptoms, but like, typically you can infect others. You're contagious before then, so, you know. Give me Geegoid for I've sinned. This is from Garrick. Pay attention, guys. You said, in high school, I dated a girl for 2 years, but I'm so socially awkward. Instead of being upfront and breaking up with my girlfriend, I just stopped talking to her completely. I sat behind her in one of my classes as well for the remainder of the year. Oof. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, where do we even begin? Holy fuck. Well, hey, good on you that you were that socially awkward that you managed to get a girlfriend. You said you still think about it. I would too. Oh, man. Good on you that you managed to get one being that socially awkward, but holy fuck. It's okay. I had a friend once, similar situation, was dating a girl but didn't want to date her anymore. He didn't know how to tell her, and he asked me to tell her. This is pretty young, in school kind of thing. Asked me to tell her. And I was like, I shouldn't do that. You should tell her. But he went like weeks not telling her and was kind of doing what you were doing, and I got frustrated. And then I told her. I said, he asked me to do this. I said it wasn't right. He should tell you, and clearly he's too awkward to tell you himself, and I'm not going to let you sit there and and just like not know. And I ended up telling her.
And she was like, what? What do you mean? She's very upset, obviously, but she was like, you know. I think she's cheating on me, though. She apparently has a husband and kids. Garrick, she's cheating on you. Your girlfriend's cheating on you, Garrick. What the hell? What the hell? You never broke up, dude. Go get her. Go get her. I had a situation when I was in school where someone asked me to hang out. A good friend of mine that I was quite close to, who did like me, and I kind of knew, but like never said anything because he was really socially awkward, and I was like, I'm not gonna put him on the spot. I didn't think he'd ever say anything or anything like that, you know. I was just like, whatever, I'll just let that die down. But it was a good friend, regardless, you know. He asked me to hang out at some point, and I was like, yeah, because we did that. Apparently, he thought he had asked me out officially, and I had no clue because I don't think he worded it like that at all. Even in hindsight, he really didn't word it in that way. But he thought I accepted casually. But I didn't know. We hung out like normal, nothing different, nothing changed. Literally just chilling. As I hung out with many friends, you know, and usually in groups too. Like, we didn't really hang out one-on-one, you know. So I didn't think anything of it. But he told a bunch of people. And I still had no idea. So he thought that we were a thing for like months. For months. And no one talked to me about it, which was weird. Because after they found out, they were like, oh, I thought so. I didn't think that you liked him like that. And I was like, how come none of you said anything? But no one said anything to me about it. And I only noticed because at some point, someone did like an obvious, like, trying to leave us alone together kind of move. They were like, oh, I have something to do. And like, it was like really, I was like, what was that? And I was like, what? I was like, why'd they do that? And then he told me while we were sitting there, he was like, oh, you're probably to like leave us alone or something. I was like, what? and then he had this look on his face. I think like his world like was dying. Because I had no clue. I was like, what do they mean? What? It was really bad. I felt so bad. Genuinely. Because this is my friend, you know? This is my friend too. This isn't some random person. This is like a good friend. I was like, holy fuck, no. I didn't know. And then I had to explain. I was like, brother, no one said anything about any of this. And you worded this thing. And I like let him know, like, you worded it like this. I think it makes a lot of sense that I didn't take it that way. And he like agreed looking back. He was like, oh my God. It was chill though. It was chill. The both of us were just like, what the fuck? He felt so bad, and I felt so bad. Yeah, no, we stayed friends. But I definitely like distanced a little because I always thought he wouldn't say anything, and then he actually did, and I was like, uh-oh, I don't want to like lead this person anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lead them on. But holy fuck, I felt so bad. I was like, dude was probably so happy, you know. He didn't try anything. He didn't try a damn thing the whole time. Never. You know, probably because he was like too awkward or whatever. I don't know. But I was just like, I felt so bad, dude. I don't know. Stuff happens like that when you're young. So many people just get it twisted. They get it wrong. They say they don't know how to approach this stuff. It's so bad. Please be clear when you talk to people is all I can say. Just be clear, I guess. It was kind of funny in hindsight, though. She was my girlfriend, but she didn't know. Well, the thing is, for two people to be dating, they have to both accept. It was more like we were never dating, but he didn't know. You know what I mean? It just what a shit situation. I felt bad because I felt like I let him down, but I also wasn't gonna let myself be pressured to like. Yeah, some awkward people might be awkward enough that they just accept for a bit anyway because they feel bad. There are also a lot of young people that will do that, which is terrible to do to yourself, but you know. But I wasn't that, so I was just like, what? No. I didn't say it like that, but you know. I said a lot more nicely, and it was a normal discussion, but man, ugh.
Anyway, Alexa, turn on triple. It was getting dark in here. Anyway, thank you for the confessions. Thank you for the confessions. I would play a little video game. Video James is coming to the stream. He's gonna visit. I want to play a little video game. All in all, confession's not too bad. A little bit too much poop, but I think typically people aren't ashamed about too many things, but they're like always ashamed of pooping. They always are, so I get it. I've noticed with other people's confession streams, they are very, very poop core, very skewed toward that being the thing. So I done seen it myself. Okay, I wanted to play Skate Story. I wanted to open up Skate Story because it just came out and I really want to play it. I hope it looks visually beautiful. I hope it runs fine. We'll see. Is this a controller game? I think this is mostly a controller game, right? Nookie, can you stop trying to reach? He's reaching. He's leaning his head on my wrist. Very cute. Snowman, thank you for that 20 gifted. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. He's leaning his head on my hand. And he's like looking at the food. And occasionally he just sticks a leg out. He's like, tries to swipe at it. And then when I tell him no, he turns away a little bit and he like closes his eyes like he's sleeping. He tries to pretend he's so sleepy and definitely not camping for the food. Lucky. Can you hang out in another room for once in your life? I got this whole place for you. Not gonna lie, if I had no pets, I would be in like a room and a half, you know? Like, I don't really need a lot of space. I got this place for you, and you spend it within 10 feet of me the whole time. Yeah, he's pretending he's sleeping. He's pretending. Nope. Anyway, I'm gonna open Skate Story. I'm gonna play Skate Story. It looked cool. I saw previews of this. When did they first show this? Was it like last year's Game Awards or something? Not Game Awards. It was something, some place where they showed it, and I went, that looks cool. And I like a lot of older skating games, like all the old Tony Hawk games and things. This obviously is not exactly one of those games. But it has similarities in how it plays. So I saw it and I was like, well, I know what we're playing. Hold on, let me get my controller. Okay. So I want to play it. You like spending out your studio apartment. The only thing I don't like about tiny apartments, tiny houses, whatever, is that when you cook in them, what gets in the air, and the reason why you smell food is that food particles and things are in the air. So if you cook something, you cook with oil or butter or whatever, that gets in the air. And that's why you have to clean your counters and your stoves and they get kind of greasy. It's not just splashing, it's also what's in the air, right? That, just got a DM. That is a problem when you live in like a little studio apartment and that is now touching your bed, right? Like every time you cook, like your bed ends up smelling like the food you made and everything. That is the one thing I don't like. That's the one thing I don't like. Outside of that, I really do like living in a smaller space. Okay, we're pausing. I got 5 on it, Medieval Bardcore. Or Skate Story. Chilled Chaos is the one that just DM'd me. That was a Steam sound that you heard. And he said, let me know if that's any good. Thank you. As soon as I opened it, I think he saw it and was like, snipe. I will, hold on. Me when I type back. Me when I type back. I will give you my... I'm gonna give him the full review later. I'm gonna give him the full review. Alright, we are going over here. And I'm going over here. Oh, I still have my PNG on.